Hi lovelies and welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to make the popular bow mug. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into it and get started. Let's go. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to add some lovely red bows to this cup because I'm obsessed with the red bows on the mugs at the moment, but I haven't found one that I really like, so I thought I'd make one myself. So what we're going to do is we're going to add some permanent vinyl to this cup and we're going to add some small bows. Let's go over to Cricut Design Space and I'll show you what I've got in mind. Okay, so this is the bow that we're looking at adding onto our mug. So I've worked out that I don't want the bow any wider than 2 centimeters. So you can see it's just slightly bigger than a square. Now if I go up to here and try and change the width to 2 centimeters, you can see how it distorts the bow. So I'm going to undo that, come back to the image and just do what I've done in the previous videos where I take the corner and try and keep the image the way that I'd like it to look without distorting it too much. Oh, it's going to be tiny. Okay, so I think, let's have a look. I think we're almost there. Yeah, I think that looks good. So what I'm going to do, just so that you can see it, is I'm going to make my screen a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. So I'm just going to bring it down. So I'm happy with the look of that bow. So what I'm going to do now that I'm happy with the shape and the size is I'm just going to duplicate it. Okay, so what I've done is I've duplicated it 3 times. And I've just given space between each. I just might move that one over a little bit. And this one over a little bit. And now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down and attach them so that now when I duplicate it, it's a lot easier because I can duplicate it in 3s. And I'm just going to duplicate it again just so that I can get enough of those bows printing. Look, just to be on the safe side, I think I'm going to print 16. So we've got 3, 6, 9, 12, so 15, what am I saying? Okay, and I'm actually going to cut them in red, but it doesn't matter that they're in pink, as long as they're all in the same colour, they'll print on the same mat. So what we're going to do is, it is set on the Joy, so I'm going to come over here and hit make. We're going to do a combination of materials here. So I'm going to use some scrap, which I will show you, and I'm also going to use the smart materials so I can print some without a mat. So because what I want to do is use my scrap material, I'm just going to hide a couple of rows of bows first, and then I'm just going over here and hiding them so that I think probably what I'm going to get with my scrap material is probably at least a minimum of 6. I'm just going to have a look to see how much I can fit on. So I'm going for any material because obviously even though it's smart material that I'm using, because it's scrap material, I've got to put it on a mat. So what I'm actually doing is I'm just going to pop it on my mat and then I'll show you once it's printed so you can see how I put it on my mat. And it's just connecting to my Joy. Now I'm using smart vinyl and it is a matless vinyl, but I'm using it on a mat, so that's fine. So even though it's on a mat, we want to select Smart Vinyl Matless Permanent Vinyl because that's exactly what it is. It's just checking the length of the material to make sure there's enough there. And then I'm going to click go. Okay, so I've printed out 6 there and they look absolutely wonderful. Okay, so we've just cut out all that material. And what I did was, now these were my scraps that I had. Okay, so this is what I was talking about in while we were in Design Space. So this was my main scrap, and then I thought, hang on a minute, I can still fit a few bows in there. So on this one, I've got 6, and on this piece 3. So what I did was I just laid it down on my mat. I've got the shiny cover on it at the moment, so it's not going to stick. Use my brayer like I have in my previous videos to get it to lay nice and flat and send it through. So this is why you keep your scraps, because I've got 9 bows here and I only wanted to make 15. So that has been perfect. And then to get the last 6, I just use my roll of Cricut Smart material, which is the matless material, which you can send through without a mat. So I'm just going to cut that out now. And like you've seen me use before, this is my Cricut cutter, which I adore. Okay, so now let's weed that material. And as you know, if you've seen my previous videos, this is my favourite part, is weeding. So this is my favourite part, as long as it's an easy weed. So now that I've said that, I'm hoping it will be. I actually thought to do it in pink because I am a bit of a pink fan, but I thought the red would pop more on the white mug, and I think it is going to. And I think it's going to look really lovely. So that's our first 3 from our scrap material. So I don't know about you. Let me know if you find weeding relaxing, or if you are like me and you also like watching other people weed, because I love watching other people weed out their vinyl because I find that relaxing as well. Okay, so there we go. We have got our 15 bows. How cute do they look? Okay, so I'm going to tidy up here and we're going to get these on to some transfer. Now I'm just using some Cricut transfer tape because I've got an absolute ton of it at the moment. I can probably fit those 3. So I'll just cut up there for the first one. The good thing is with the Cricut transfer tape is it does have the lines on it. And most transfer tape does these days, which makes it really, really helpful for cutting. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just burnish these bows. And as you may have seen from my previous videos, when I burnish, I always burnish the front and the back, particularly with the Cricut Smart vinyl, the matless vinyl. The backing is really thick, so it is a little bit trickier than normal vinyl to get off. So I do have to give it a bit of a tough talking to sometimes, I call it. I might even just give it a bit of a push with the one that doesn't have that, what is it, like a little cushioning. It's like a little fluffy bit, it's a little bit more gentler, I suppose. But I do find with this Smart vinyl that I generally have to just use, these are exactly the same, but one's just got the fluffy end on it. So they're actually tech wrap scrapers. I don't like the Cricut scrapers. They just don't do anything. They're very thick. I mean, look, they do the job, but I recommend these. They're cheaper and they're far better. And you can get them online. And what I will try and do is link that below for you so you can see, because I bought mine online through, I think it was Amazon, but I'll link it below. I'm just going to cut them up now because obviously I'm putting them on individually, and when I put them on, it's just going to be random. So it's just going to be a random choice as to where I put them. So it's just going to make it a little bit more unique. So this way you can actually design your mug however you like. You can even put your name on it as well if you want to put your name on it with some bows. I think it was in my first video, I used just an alcohol wipe and a makeup remover cloth just to clean the mug. I have put it through the dishwasher, but I just want to make sure it doesn't have any finger marks or anything greasy on it before we put the vinyl. We just want to make sure that the vinyl can stick to a nice clean surface so it lasts longer. Now, remember, vinyl is not food safe, so we don't want to put it too close to the top where our lip's going to be. Now, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be very conscious of that for this side in particular. Okay, so let's start laying these down. Look, if it was a design that was a little bit thicker, like a particular shape, like say you went for a heart and it was a very solid shape, you could almost lay them down like stickers really, but because this is not a really distinctive shape and it's got more of a delicateness to it, I am still going to use the transfer tape to lay it down. And sometimes you just need to push. Sorry, that's probably a bit hard for you to see. You just need to give it a bit of a push sometimes if it's not laying on the transfer sheet. And this is purely the Cricut Smart material that does this with that thick backer, the matteless material, I should say. Okay, I'm just going to bring my cup in there so that you can see. And I want it to go all the way around, but I do really want it to be quite random in my approach. And I'm actually just going to burnish it with my finger because it's really fine and I don't think it's going to have a problem sticking to the cup. Because say, look at that, that's perfect. This type of surface is really, really easy to lay vinyl on. Super, super easy because it just, you know, it's lovely and smooth. It's just what vinyl wants. It wants to be laid down on a lovely smooth surface like that. So I'm just going to see if there's anywhere that I'd like to add a bow, because I've got one left and I'm debating putting one in here, but maybe I might. I don't know, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think if I put one in there, it's going to be, it might just be annoying, hey? You know what? I actually think I'm just going to leave it. I think that looks so gorgeous. Okay, so here we go. Our very own bow mug. And I think it looks absolutely stunning. I'm so proud of that. If you've had fun today, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button. Give this video a like and comment below if you're going to make yourself your own little bow cup. And I will see you in the next one.